I'm Vijaya on Mirchi. Welcome back to the Immigration Law Show with the Shah Peer Ali Law Group, representing employers and families with dedication and compassion. In conversation with Shah Peer Ali, veteran attorney and civil rights activist. And welcome back, Shah. I have a question for you, which is how does not having a birth certificate impact my immigration process?
Yes, that's a very, very, very common question, in fact, because I get it pretty much every week, at least once or twice. So many people who were born in India, or some people like even Afghanistan and some Pakistan, before 1970s, if I'm not mistaken, they don't have a birth certificate. Unless you were born in states like Pondicherry, where the French were ruling, and etc., they were doing, and Goa also had birth certificate. The rest they didn't have it. So in those cases, what you need to do, you need to get number one, an unavailability of birth certificate, which means you go to the registrar and then ask whichever is the authority there in your state, you ask for a birth certificate. Two things can happen. They might give you a letter. This is what we call the unavailability of birth certificate, saying that there's no birth certificate, or they will give you what we call now with the new system of registration, a late birth certificate. Both of them are considered not primary evidence, which means you need to supplement that with other evidence. So once you get that, then the second step, you need to get two affidavits from people who were born around the same time, who will testify that person was born on so and so date and so state, and they know about it. Usually it has to be done in that state where you are, so the affidavit format will be from that specific country or county. So you cannot have you can have an affidavit also done here if you are in the United States, but whatever the witnesses are going to be present, the affiant we call them, they need to sign it under that law there. And then you submit that, plus you also submit other evidence, like for example ration card, school records, medical records, and that should suffice. If they're not happy, they will ask you for more. Then at that time you can actually kind of add more stuff, but these are the basic things we usually use. Now there are other issues for people who were born before the partition, etc., and that's a little bit more complicated. And I would recommend, if you have issues like that, to always use a lawyer to handle the case. Although family petitions, you don't really need a lawyer, but the paperwork is so complex and such a headache. You can call us 510-742-5887 and we'll be glad to help you.
Yes, absolutely. You want to go to the subject matter expert to really guide you through it all. And the Shah Peer Ali Law Group is just a phone call away, like Shah said, 510-742-5887, or log on to peeralilaw.com. That's peerallylaw.com. And Shah Peer Ali Law is the YouTube channel handle. You can subscribe to them as well to get all of the current relevant information. We'll be right back with more on matters of immigration, because immigration matters. Stay with us on Mirchi. It's hot.